Hello and welcome to Crypto News. Today is January 15th, 2026, and the top news for cryptocurrencies is as follows. We will start today from America, and we will look at the Clarity Act, which on January 27th is set for approval to see if they will vote on it or not. However, there are many in the industry who say that this law is very problematic, like Coinbase, which withdraws its support for this bill because it does not see it as complete. Moving on to our ETFs, we will look at the Bitcoin ETF, which on January 13th saw inflows of $753 million now that Bitcoin has started to rise. And let me tell you that on January 14th, without BlackRock, we are at $192 million. And to complete our ETFs, Bitwise has launched the second ETF for Chainlink on the market. The first to do this is Grayscale. Continuing, we will go to our banks, and today we will go to DZ Bank, which has secured a MiCA license. This is one of the largest banking groups in Germany, based on financial data, and it has secured a MiCA license to operate a cryptocurrency platform called Main Crypto, which is designed to provide cryptocurrency exchange infrastructure to banks within the network of banks operating in Germany. So this is very interesting, and many banks are involved in the game. Let's say that for starters, this platform will offer Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Cardano. In the future, they want to add more cryptocurrencies. Now, taking into account the French authorities, we will look at France, which has 90 unlicensed companies. Specifically, the French financial and regulatory authorities indicate that they have 90 unlicensed cryptocurrency companies in the country, and they should issue this license to MiCA at some point. Let's say that of these 90 unlicensed companies, 40% have stated that they do not intend to issue a request to obtain a MiCA license, but that's fine in France and Europe, and the other 30% say that the request is in development. And I hope that in this 30% is Binance, which has been a little late. Moving on to MiCA, let me tell you that Ripple itself, the company that owns XRP, has also issued this MiCA license, so it will help Ripple expand its stablecoin, Ripple USD. Moving on to other currencies, we will also go to Mandra. Yesterday on Wednesday, Manta CEO John Patrick Mullen announced that the company will transition to a leaner and more capital-efficient structure after a period of expansion. The changes include job cuts across multiple teams and streamlining operations to better adapt to near-term market conditions. The price of Mandra from this news did not change at all. Moving on to SUI, let me tell you that you already know from Crypto News that SUI yesterday crashed its network and it was down for 6 whole hours, 5 hours and 57 minutes if I remember correctly. Let me tell you that we do not know the reason, and SUI itself has stated that in the coming days it will issue a report explaining exactly what happened to the network and why it crashed for so many hours. Moving on to Algorand, where we learned that it is returning to America. Let me tell you that Algorand had left for Singapore because America was not so friendly to cryptocurrencies, but now that Trump has come, it is returning back to America. While Zcash announced to us that the investigation by the SEC against it has now stopped, with the SEC finding no problem with SUI. This research began in 2023, and it's time to go to our beloved cryptocurrency market, where Bitcoin is at $96,000, with the price approaching $98,000, please. And the liquidations are back on fire, with $800 million gone apparently. And let me tell you that apparently again yesterday, the core consumer price index, CPI, year over year. I said that backwards, of course. And while we're at it, let me tell you that the PPI year over year increased from 3.4% to 3.5%, without mentioning how much it was expected. That wraps up the top news for crypto today, January 15th, 2026. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.